What's up, everybody? It's Warchant recruiting recap. What was going on earlier today, everybody? There was a commit that came down. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But first, hit that thumbs up. Certainly would appreciate it. I'm Aslan Hajavani. That's Michael Langston. Michael, we hung out like not even 24 hours ago. And everybody was like, oh, no, what's going on with defensive tackle recruiting? Texas coming to Florida, pulling away an elite recruit. Wrong. What happened?
Yeah. As I said last night, Texas was, making a push. They were certainly in there. Then right after I got off the phone with you, or I did the chat with you, I got a few texts from FSU that indicated some confidence with Myron, but I was still, you didn't know for sure. But the confidence had gone up a little bit more. But this is a battle; they had to earn it. I told everyone they had to finish it off, and this is a massive pickup. Odell says, "What's up, guys? 2 defensive tackles in the class. What's up? I'm doing it." You even said last night, you're like, "Yeah, Port Charlotte's a long ways away to Texas, but I think FSU just finished this off. They had the best relationship, Aslan, from the start. The officials seemed kind of subdued to what I'd seen them before, but you can't fake those feelings of what you have when you go back to how you felt about what Odell does, what the FSU product is at the defensive line, especially defensive line. They've been killing it, as far as production, and I think that's what Myron went back to, and I think that's only what helped FSU land Myron Charles to finish it off. But they had to work for it. But man, a great pickup, very athletic, very explosive pass rusher. Certainly comes with violent intentions when he's in the backfield, and one that they spent a lot of time on. So if they didn't get him, that would have been a decent sized loss, a significant loss, I'd say. So for them to finish this off, now they have their 2 defensive tackles in this class, and you win with the guys in the trenches, and to finish it off with Myron was a massive job by FSU.
What happened, man? I mean, like literally 24 hours ago, everybody's panicking that he's gone to Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm not like criticizing anything. I'm just like, is that just the way recruiting is right now? It's just so quickly,
Well, well, when you're dealing with NIL, and we know what Texas does with NIL, certainly they have a lot of Texas oil money or whatever you want to call it. But that freaks people out, like Freddy Krueger and your nightmares on Nightmare on Elm Street. And so yeah, I think a lot of people got freaked out by that. So they were thinking like, hey, maybe we're losing momentum and this isn't going to happen, and Texas is going to sneak in there and get them. But that's why I said last night on our chat that I felt like slightly FSU, because I went back to kind of the relationships that have been there. I felt like it was still going to be FSU. It wouldn't change my feelings that it wasn't going to be FSU, but I knew there was work to do. And then I would say the last 2 days, they really finished the job. But yeah, it's the way recruiting works now when you're dealing with NIL. And I think people have this some kind of viewpoint as on that FSU's NIL is not good, and it is. It's pretty solid. It's just certain things they value, and certainly they did a good job recruiting him from the start. And then I think from an NIL perspective, it was pretty solid. So I think it was really just finishing it off. But I'm not like shocked, because I'd heard that after I got those calls, I felt like this one could happen the next few days. We tried to get the story up fast as we could, but Myron did it a little faster and kind of even I anticipated. But overall, the ultimate result is this is a massive pickup. I think Matt's going to join us too, and he can kind of give a few takes on it as well. But I think just a massive addition for the position that I feel like was the most coveted position in the 2025 class is defensive tackle. For them to get 2 in the summer, I think is a massive deal, Aslan.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring Matt Lassaren then, man. You got some stuff to add to this commitment here. This from Myron Charles, again, defensive tackle, interior lineman out of Port Charlotte, 4-star consensus recruit for the 25 cycle, Matt.
I mean, yeah, it's huge. I didn't expect it just now, but Texas was starting to kind of trend there. I mean, just last night on the recruiting chat, it felt like everyone was like, what's up with Myron in Texas? Why is everyone saying Myron, Texas? Boom, he's at Florida State. It doesn't matter now. He's not for the Lambos. But yeah, really huge for him and for Florida State. Again, this has been a position, as Michael said, that they really were focusing on and really needed to hit big. They haven't really hit big at a defensive line or interior in a while, and this is as big as it gets.
Move up to 12th now in the recruiting rankings, Michael, and I think everybody's got their eyes set on like being top 5. I think you've said like top 10 is what you feel comfortable on, but man, they're 12th. I mean, we haven't even gotten July yet. There's a lot of big fish out there in July.
Yeah, I think it could be top 10, but I also think you have a scenario where if they get everything falls their way, you could get, in that 7 range. But I think overall that's kind of what FSU has done most years. They target, they value what they need to fill holes in the high school market, and top 10's kind of where they've been. It might be a little higher, this year things keep trending in the right way, but I told people like this wave is coming, and I knew there was be some good news as far as decisions for FSU, and so far they've hit on most of these guys. They've lost one, but majority of them they've hit on the summer decisions, and I think there's a lot more potential good news coming in the next day or week.
And something
Any comps for
to
him?
point out.
Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, something to point out that I tweeted the other night after they got Wiley is that look at the commit numbers for all those teams in the top 15 and then look at Florida State. It's all double digits except for Florida State, and now they're in that top 12 with that. I think the average for top 15 was like 14.6 commits. Again, Florida State only has 7 with, I believe, 100% blue chip ratio. So that shows you this the quality that they've been bringing in.
Also, the average NIL valuation on the players that have signed is kind of in the upper echelon too. So that goes to your point, Michael, about Florida State's NIL not being anything to sneeze at. So, sizing him up real quick though, Michael. I mean, at 6'4", 300 pounds, is he a project? Is he a redshirt candidate? Do you think, or looking at his film and hearing what you've heard about him, is he a guy that could come in and maybe add some instant depth to the rotation when he enrolls as a freshman?
Well, I think he'll add instant depth. You don't know who's leaving and who isn't. Departing. At that obviously depends on how much. But yeah, I think he's an explosive guy that can. Certainly you could see him. Impacting. Things on third down. You could see him playing. Some as a freshman because he's that type of player. He really, like I said, causes a lot of problems with his pass rush skills as a defensive tackle. I mean, Odell really covets guys that have a way of getting. Pressure on the quarterback, pressure in the backfield, and this kid fits that, in every way. So certainly, if he gets comfortable, he gets in there early, gets possibly enrolls early. I don't know his enrollment status, but if he enrolls early, that will really help his chances of seeing the field early. But yeah, definitely one that this is the one they've coveted. Kevin Wynn was big too. They were on him early, but Myron was the one that I'd say out of all the guys, he was the one that they were on the earliest. They led most of the way. He's raved about what Odell does with development, and they should, because Odell, in my opinion, is the best defensive tackle coach you can find anywhere. If you go off development guys in the pros, so they've really established kind of the seed. But as we see, as these things go along, there's always somebody that pushes late that you have to hold on for dear life and finish it off. And FSU got it done. I think I cannot speak enough that if you're looking for recruiting momentum, okay, that's there. But the biggest exclamation point that FSU fans should be excited about is you're really nailing a position that you need really some really solid high school depth, and not just portal guys, but high school guys that you can develop at your own pace. So I think it's a massive news for FSU to land 2 premier guys like Wynn and Charles.
Well said. Florida State now at their 7th commit of the 25 cycle and just outside the top 10 as they sit number 12, but that could change obviously with potentially a busy weekend on the horizon. Thanks for joining us. Hit the thumbs up on the way out for Matt and Michael. I'm Aslan. Stay connected to warchant.com, the ultimate Seminoles sports source.